What's going on, everybody? Brian here from Brian's Broadcast. I hope all of you are doing fantastic. If you're a first time visitor, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell icon, and hit the thumbs up button too if you like contents like these. So, today, for the first time on my channel, I will be performing a dissection of a fragrance which is from the house of Hez Perfumes. Now, this is an indie house out of the United States, and of course, I have seen a lot of people talk about it. There are people out there who just love experimenting and experiencing indie houses. Now, Hez Perfumes has quite the fan base, and I was really interested, but at the same time, I did not feel the need to get another fragrance from a different indie house, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll get it at some point, but last year in 2023, almost towards the end of December, Joe Anthony, the Unaverage Joe, the channel icon is right here, you can see, and the link is in the description below. You will find his Instagram profile link as well. Make sure you go and follow him. Do check out his works. And he was very kind to sponsor a giveaway in collaboration with Hez Perfumes on his birthday. So who does that? That was very kind of you, Joe, and Hez Perfumes. I really appreciate this gesture. Now let's talk about this particular fragrance, which is called Blue Dog. Now the painting over here is, I don't know if it's the authentic painting or just as a reference point. It was used as a reference point, but the painting is supposed to depict some of George Rodriguez's artworks. Now, of course, I'm not an artist. I wouldn't know all that. Artist people, you might know that. Please comment below about George's works. But George Rodriguez uses bold, deep, and rich colors to paint pictures of dogs, I assume. So this is one of them, I believe. And look at this beautiful dog picture, man. I mean, if you know me personally, I am more of a bird lover, but this particular dog, there's something in its eyes and its expression. It looks very adorable. I just love this picture. Maybe I don't know, if I had the money, I would just buy the authentic painting or something. Yeah, let's not talk about expenses in 2024. Let's talk about Hez Perfumes Blue Dog fragrance. So this is a very simple paper material. The box is nothing fancy because at $70 for 50 ml eau de parfum, I wouldn't focus much on the presentation. I would focus more on the fragrance itself. So it's a very basic thing. The bottle sits right there, and that's about it. This is the bottle, very generic, very basic, nothing super fancy, and it's got the Blue Dog tag on top of it. Let's talk about the notes, and I'm going to tell you all about this fragrance. And because it was a giveaway, don't think that I'm going to be biased towards them. This is an honest review. This is unsponsored. Doesn't matter if it's a giveaway. I'll still give you my honest and humble thoughts. So on the top, you get rosemary, pink pepper, ginger, bergamot, and grapefruit. In the mids, you have marine, ozone, lavender, lily of the valley, cardamom, and tonka bean. And the base, you have sandalwood, incense, vetiver, patchouli, ambroxan, and musk. So first off, if you do not like ambroxan, I would highly recommend you do not go for this one because the dose is pretty high in Blue Dog. So if you don't love ambroxan, again, stay away. Anybody who can tolerate it, anybody who loves it, just go for it. Let's talk about this beautiful fragrance. So when I first sprayed it, I was amazed at how this fragrance smelled in like a warmer temperature situation as opposed to cooler temperatures. And in the warmer temperature, I got kind of confused because the first time I applied Blue Dog was when the temperature was a bit up there. Although in New York City, the temperatures are always going up and down. So it was one of those warmer days. I applied it and it smelled almost like the juniper berry combination like I experienced in Gentle Fluidity from MFK. And I was thinking, okay, so did Hez Perfumes make a clone of Gentle Fluidity Silver with Blue Dog? But I was wrong. I was wrong because you did not hear any juniper berry in this note breakdown, right? So this was basically a combination of the grapefruit and the bergamot working in conjunction with the rosemary and pink pepper. Now, if you know, pink pepper has that warmth, has that spiciness, but at the same time, it kind of has that like a tad bit citrusy kind of undertone to this note itself. So, a whole combination of that herbaceous green rosemary along with the pink pepper, ginger, bergamot, and grapefruit, it created that kind of a vibe. And that kind of got me confused. Like, there's no juniper berry mentioned, but why am I spelling that? And that's when things got a bit clearer. The ginger here does not add warmth. In my opinion, the ginger adds to the fizz. It's like an effervescent feel. Now, let me tell you one thing. When I first sprayed this fragrance, the immediate thing that I noticed was that the ozonic vibe, the ozonic notes come through first. It's as if like the ozonic thing, the ozonic notes, it just pulls out the citruses and the other spicy notes from somewhere in between and to the top. And that kind of gives you like an airy, light feel. Do not be under the impression that this fragrance is a light or, like a very fickle kind of fragrance. It's very much alive. It's very potent, although eau de parfum, but the ingredients and everything is good. It's nice. I must say it's nice. It does not feel sharp. It's smooth, but the the ozonic notes kind of make it a tad bit sharp in the opening, but it dries down very smoothly. Now, with that ozonic vibe, this thing, it's like flitting all around you. Like it's floating, the notes, the citruses, the rosemary, and everything. It's floating all around you with that effervescent ginger. Drying down, this fragrance catches on to the marine vibes. Now, the marine vibe, it's more like a watery note. It's not that salty sea or anything. It's just a presence of watery notes, which I love. This fragrance kind of like, if you ask me like what kind of watery note, I would say it's more towards the kind of watery vibe that you feel in Nautica Voyage. That's the kind of watery or aquatic vibe that you would pick up from this one. Not exactly the same thing, but kind of like in that direction, and which again is a nice one. And the fragrance over here, there's the presence of lavender. Now, the lavender over here, it's not that floral sweet one. It's more of that spicy, dark lavender. And the lily of the valley, the florals kind of like work in conjunction. Doesn't make the fragrance all too spicy, all too dark, but there's a tad bit hint of darkness as the fragrance is drying down. Now, tonka bean, in my opinion, like I did not detect too much of tonka bean, but I did get some kind of a dry sweetness because tonka bean, if you know, has that distinct kind of presence, has the distinct kind of sweetness, and you will feel that. You will know that it's coming from the tonka bean and nothing else. Drying down this fragrance, there's presence of cardamom too, but I do not detect cardamom. I guess it's adding to like some kind of a depth or character to this fragrance. Has that spicy vibe to it, but I think it's more spicy with the pink pepper. It's not with the cardamom. Drying down, this fragrance has the presence of sandalwood, incense, vetiver, patchouli, and ambroxan with musk. Now, I did not pick up much of incense because there's no smokiness. I did not detect any smokiness, but the presence of vetiver kind of like adds to like a bitter darkness. And sandalwood, it's that dry woody sandalwood. It's not that sweet creamy one, right? It's not that gourmand nature. It's just plain dry sandalwood. It's nice, not too pronounced. It's nice. What's more pronounced is the ambroxan. Now, the sweetness from the tonka bean in the mids just adds with that sweetness, along with the ambroxan and musk feeling. And the musk over here, it's just plain, clean, white sheet kind of feeling that you get. It's not soapy. It's not powdery. It's just plain cleanliness. It's just a straightforward, just smoothens out everything. That's the kind of musk used in this fragrance. That was my feeling as long as I used this fragrance. Now, remember when I said that this fragrance smells different in hot weather, it turns a bit more fruity. It turns a bit more playful when the weather's warmer or temperatures are warmer. But when it's cooler, you will notice that this fragrance is a bit more spicy on your skin. And I say the perfumer he has like definitely been very successful in achieving that effect. Like you don't always get those kind of fragrances where it behaves very differently when the temperatures change dramatically. And just like the goal was to use bold colors, like how the colors transition, like from red, orange, yellow, and then to blue, deep blue, and black, purple. Like there's this huge spectrums transition of colors and everything. So the goal of this fragrance was to give a fragrant and aromatic transition, aromatic spectrum, if that is a term in perfumery. I wouldn't know. But yeah, that's the kind of effect which was achieved by Blue Dog, and this was successful, I must say. Good stuff, really good stuff. It's more of a blue fragrance, very versatile to wear, sorry. But the thing is, you must like Ambroxan. If you don't like Ambroxan, stay away, like I said. Talk about performance, it's pretty loud for the first 1 to 1.5 hours. It's very loud, and then after that, it comes very close to you. Not too close, I mean, it's slightly more than an arm's length, but it keeps on wafting very nicely, leaves a wonderful scent trail. It's very versatile. You can use it in any occasion, very useful, and definitely office friendly. 100% doable in the office. And because, like I said, although it's an eau de parfum, remember it's potent. So just go a bit easy on the trigger. Just don't douse yourself with this thing. Just try out a few number of sprays. Try with a smaller number and increase and try and see. I mean, get a feel of which number of sprays work best for you. For me, like 6 to 7 worked best, and talk about performance, went easily beyond 8 to 10 hours, after which it stays very close to your skin. That was my honest and unbiased, humble take on Hez Parfums Blue Dog. Beautiful picture, nice fragrance, very generic bottle. I don't care about the bottle at this price point. And although it's a giveaway, like I said, this was an unbiased take. So is it something phenomenal? I wouldn't say it's phenomenal. I would say it's a great fragrance. Is it a must-have? If you have the funds, if you're thinking of exploring something very different, if you're looking for something unique, yes, go for this. Is it very, is it very, like I said, phenomenal? No. Unique? Yes. Long-lasting? Yes. Beast mode? I would say yes, because like it's pretty loud. It's pretty loud. Average beast mode. Can we make that a thing? So yeah, that was my honest take. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Hez Parfums, for this giveaway. I really appreciate. I will be buying my own bottles. And if they're kind enough to send me something for reviews, most welcome. But then again, the reviews will be unbiased. Doesn't matter. You give me a free bottle or not. So until the next video, guys, make sure you drop in a comment down below. Let me know your experience with Hez Parfums, your thoughts about the other offerings they had. And until the next one, please take care, stay safe, and all the best.